Hey crafters, Leo with Dreaming Tree, and welcome to the assembly video for our Dove Flourish card. I have all of my pieces cut out in front of me here, which isn't many. Now with this card, it's going to be a little bit different. This green layer, we're actually going to use that last, and we're going to use some foam squares to elevate that. But for now, we're going to actually start with these two layers. Very simple. Your machine, for the majority of these cards, well, I'd say about 99% of every single card in this is mostly the machine doing all the work. In this case, the Dove is facing to the right, so just make sure that you're putting the glue on the right side. Okay, we're going to start with the perimeter and work our way inside here in the larger surface areas, and then we're just going to use a series of little dots among all these little details, especially on these little sections that kind of just hang independently. We want those, want to make sure that we get a little bit of glue on those. And then if you feel like you got maybe a little bit too much in some areas, we don't want it spreading out all over the place. Just going to dab that with our fingers, just a little bit. And basically just matching up rectangles, and the rest of it falls into place. Might need to give it a nudge here or there. Nothing crazy. Okay, I'm going to use my brayer just to kind of help me spread that glue out. Okay, and next we have our beautiful Dove. Now you'll see that there are a series of little score marks, and actually, you know what, let's start with the wings first. Okay, and this wing is going to go right here. You can see there's a little marker up at the top, and then there's one right there. Just going to match that up, like so. Focus the glue on the thicker parts, and then just try to get a little bit, especially out towards the end of each of the little feathers. Just a tiny dot. And I'm going to begin by lining it up here, and just kind of holding it with that finger, and then dropping it right into place on the other marker. Okay, I got a feeling that this one's going to be probably one of the more popular out of this set because, well, you can use it for a variety of things. Weddings, I think you could probably use it for a new baby, sympathy. Okay, this one here, also have a little marker there, and then towards the bottom, that's going to go right there. Just like that. You can see where those little markers sort of end up. And this has the little sticker on the back. I never seem to remember to take those off. They really haven't caused me any problems. The only problems that they've caused me before is when I go to cut, sometimes it doesn't pop off all the way because it's like an extra layer of paper that it has to cut. And if you do have glue on your fingers, just maybe use a dowel to push this into place, rather than trying to, you know, get a bunch of glue all over your project. Okay, so now this one here, there's a series of little markers here for the feet. Okay, but you can see that there's two markers here for the little feathers towards the front, and then there's a marker there for where the beak will ultimately go. You want to kind of line it up just like that. Just get it in the ballpark. You should be able to get it on there accurately, but as long as it's mostly close, you'll be okay. And same thing with this. Just try to make sure you get glue out to the tips of the feathers. The rest of it will just sort of naturally stay in place. You can try to get it on the entire set of feathers if you'd like, although I would rather that you get it to stick without getting glue all over the place. Okay, there we go. That looks nice. Beautiful. Very simple. All right, so we do have some little pieces here. That's okay though. One is his little foot. It's a full talon. And I'm going to use my little pick-me-up tool for that. Throw a little bit of glue on there, dab that with my finger, and you'll see that there's a set of markers to help you with the positioning of that one. Goes just like that. Okay, we have a little beak. The beak is going to go right there. Just a tiny dot. Thin that out so it doesn't go squirting all over the place. And with this, I'm going to need something to hold it down once I get it in place. Just like that. There we go. And then we have one more little piece. Okay, and our last little piece, I know they're not your favorite, but you gotta admit, it's relatively simple, is this little guy. This is his other little talon. We tried it with just one so we didn't have to have this little piece, but it just didn't look right, so we just added it. It's not a big deal. Grab your little pick-me-up tool, pop it right into the little marker there, and that's that. Okay, eyeball is going to be a, pardon me, it's going to be a black rhinestone since it's so small that, well, it wouldn't fit. You got to believe me on that, or the machine wouldn't be able to cut it, I should say. Okay, next we're going to put our gold layer down. So go ahead and apply your glue to the gold layer. Might help to just put it on your table since it's kind of squirmy. Kind of flails around since it's so thin. Just make sure you get some decent coverage on it. And we're going to line this up with the perimeter. So again, just triangle or rectangles on rectangles, nothing fancy here, except for the design, obviously. Okay, kind of nudge it out to the edge. As far as it'll go, you can kind of feel it. There we go. Okay, and then we'll top that off with this thin white layer. Again, maybe just leave that on your surface. Do a little squiggly, like little hills with your glue pattern, just to make sure that you get decent coverage on it. Okay, and just a little tiny bit of that gold is going to poke through, almost like this is a little matted piece of art, which it is. I think it is. I think it's gorgeous, and it's quick. I know with summer coming around, you still want to get in that craft room, but maybe you don't want to tackle some huge projects. So this will be a great compromise. All right, so now we're going to take this and we're going to flip it over. We're going to grab our foam squares, and hopefully I have my large ones here somewhere. There they are. Might as well use the thicker ones here. I'm going to start in the corners, and this is going to go onto our green layer, and then that green layer is going to get glued flat onto the card. I wanted to have the green part showing that depth. Okay, just make sure you get plenty on there so it doesn't go sinking or bowing in. And another thing you can do, I want to get one up here and down here. So you can literally just trim these with a scissor and just take half, pop it on there. And we're going to put one right here too. And just peel this off. Okay. Included some wonderful captions for sympathy for this one. Okay. And that's just going to go on flush so that we have that green slightly recessed like that. You see that nice dimension that it adds. Okay, we're going to take this whole piece here now, apply our glue, and this is going to get glued down. You could actually, if you wanted to, you don't have to, but if you want to create even more depth on it, add 2 layers of foam squares. Nobody says you can't. Okay, we do have some little markers here to help you with the positioning of this piece. You want to maintain a nice even border all the way around. There we go. Don't forget the eyeball. It looks kind of weird without his eye. Okay, and there is your beautiful card. Now, one other thing too, your insert, it comes with a blank one. Okay, we have a set available for purchase that includes like 20-something captions. If you bought the bundle and you have all 4 cards and the box, it comes with it. Okay, but I just want to show you here one of the captions here, one of the inserts. That's just going to get glued right on the inside. Put the glue on the back, get that nice and centered so you have an even border. And I even created a little video showing you how to turn that into a gradient. It's a little hard to tell on camera, but there's a lot of pretty pinks and purples there to kind of tie everything together. Again, don't forget the eye. Now let's take a look at our coordinating envelope. Very simple. And I hope I didn't lose the star. Probably, oh, there it is. I'm losing all kinds of stuff lately. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We have this little fella here. He's gonna go, 1 second here. He's gonna go in here like this, and just a little bit of that's gonna be showing around the outer edge of the card envelope. Okay, so what we need to do is begin applying our glue to this flap. Just go around the outside. I wouldn't worry too much about getting it in between that star. I think it's fine. Grab this little piece. You can flip this up a tiny bit. Take this and just kind of push it into the little score mark. Make sure it's making good contact and that it's centered. And then take it and just press it down. Okay. Make sure that you guys can see that. And then we have a little star cut out of the same material that we cut the dove out of. And that's just going to go in here like a little puzzle. Create a nice coordinating envelope with our beautiful card. Okay, and we're going to take these 2 flaps and bring them in. And I'm going to use my little tool here to really fold that nicely. Apply your glue right along the inside here. And close it up. And there you have your beautiful coordinating envelope. I'm not going to put this in just yet because I don't want to, but you can see that there's plenty of room for it in there. So that's going to do it. I can't wait to see your guys' version of this. It's relatively simple. You get to pick out, well, like 3 or 4 colors, not a lot of paper, goes together quickly, and it's beautiful. I think probably going to come in under 20 minutes. Maybe less. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please visit us on our YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button while you're there. Hit the little bell so that you get notifications anytime we release a new project, whether it be paid or free. And if you make this or anything from our fancy Flourishes bundle, I'd love to see it, and so would the rest of our community. So head over to your Facebook, do a search for Dreaming Tree Official. That's where you'll find myself and over 46,000 of my crafty friends. So again, thanks for hanging out, and as always, I look forward to crafting with you again. Hey, thanks for crafting along with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out some of our other videos, and please consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to visit our site and check out our free SVG section, where you'll find over 140 free SVG files complete with assembly tutorials. I'll see you in the craft room.